Welcome to this week's Wellness Wednesday, Work-Life Balance for Parents. During these unprecedented times of school closures, we're expected to maintain our work week while also caring for our families 24/7. This means parents have a lot to manage. We all might have an ideal vision of what working from home as a parent could look like. Maybe it looks like us working peacefully and productively in one room while our children are playing or doing schoolwork in another room. Or we may think of creating hyperdocs from our laptop as we keep an eye on our toddlers nearby. When real life does not match our ideal, we may get really frustrated, especially when we see coworkers on video calls who look like they've mastered it. But what we may not see is a chaos ensuing on the other side of that wall. The reality is, everyone's families and responsibilities are different, so there's no one right way of working from home while also parenting. However, hopefully these tips can help not just manage your time, but manage boundaries and help you enjoy life a little more within this new normal. Tip number one, create a schedule. Create a loose schedule for you and your family to follow. It should be something easy for your kids to stick to and developmentally appropriate for their ages. Think through the items you'd like to add to a family schedule, write it down, and post it in your home as a reminder. Your family schedule might include schoolwork, playing, meals, screen time, bedtime, and so forth. Your kids might even enjoy providing ideas of what they would like to include into their days. While routines are important, it is equally important to remember to be flexible, even if you don't follow everything perfectly. When thinking through your work schedule, especially if you have young children, you might consider creating flexible hours that allow you to work before they wake up, after bedtime, or during any activities that keep them the busiest. You may want to even add in 10 to 15-minute breaks throughout your work time to spend with your kids.
Tip number 2, communicate. Communication is key, especially now more than ever. Since we don't get to interact in person with our Mercer team, it can be easy to let communication slide. You may want to communicate with your department the hours you're working that week, ideas you have, or support you might need. Practicing good communication can help us feel less distant and isolated from the rest of our team. It is also important to communicate well with your family. Similarly to how we let our students know the schedule and expectations ahead of time, communicate any schedule changes and expectations to your own children. Let them know if you need uninterrupted moments. This could help prevent some awkward cameos in your video calls. Tip number 3, set boundaries with your kids. If possible, set up a designated home office. You can create a signal with your kids, such as an open or closed door, that lets them know if they can interrupt or not. If you need to keep an eye on your kids while working, you can set up an activities table for them near your workspace. You can also have them color a stop sign or a go sign that you can hold up to let them know when it's time to be quiet or when they can make some more noise. Try your best to also model clear boundaries to your kids. For example, if it's family time, don't give in to the temptation to check your emails. Being present during this time with your family might help them to also more readily accept and respect your work time.
Tip number four, take breaks. Many of us might feel pressure to work extra and longer while working from home, but this is not sustainable for you or your family. Overworking can cause burnout and become unproductive in the long run. Thus, in addition to taking breaks to spend with your kids, don't forget to take some time for you. If you know what refreshes you, be intentional about doing that. It may be walking outside, calling a friend, time with your partner, a Zoom happy hour, or anything else that you enjoy. If you need some tips for taking time for yourself, don't forget to check out the UMHT Wellness Wednesday classroom for more ideas and resources. In order to care for our families and students, it's really important to care for ourselves first. And lastly, tip number 5, create shifts. If able, try creating shifts with your partner. Perhaps you make lunch for your kids on Tuesdays and Thursdays, while your partner makes lunch the other days of the week. Before scheduling video calls, check with your partner if he or she is able to watch the kids instead at that time. Also, offer support to your partner. If you know you have greater flexibility, let them know so they can schedule their meetings. If you have older kids, this could be an opportunity to let them try out new responsibilities. Maybe older children would like to help with cooking or caring for younger siblings while you are working in the same room.
This time of working from home is filled with many new challenges, so it's okay if you don't feel like you're achieving success in all of your roles. It's more important to establish boundaries that help you create balance suitable for you and your family. And since it's a balance, if it doesn't go well one day, we get to try again the next day.